According to a list of projects funded by oil revenues obtained from the Ministry of Finance in the year 2013, the Central Region has seen some 12 projects. Let's talk to identify how the projects are going to make the lives of the people better and also ascertain whether value for money was considered. OKYEREKO Irrigation Scheme project, located in the Gumwa East District in the Central Region, is situated some 1.5 kilometers off the Winneba roundabout and 49 kilometers from Accra. In 2013, this project received in 2 tranches a total of 1,354,000 Ghana cedis from the Ministry of Finance for the rehabilitation of a dike.
The dike is a wall preventing the water from the river into the rice plot. So it's like a wall. It's about 2 kilometers.
The site primarily is dedicated for local rice production and a host of other crops. It is also the source of livelihood for some 131 persons, out of whom 48 are women working as full-time workers. This site has an earthen dam with a catchment area of about 1,685 square kilometers. This reservoir, supplying required water for the rice production, is fed by the tributary of the Ayensu River. 2 canals on the left and right banks of the tributary convey to the irrigable area below the dam. It is estimated that a total of about 9,525 maxi bags of local rice are produced annually from this field in the 2 cropping seasons.
In OKYEREKO, we have the main crop season from January to May. That's the first cropping, and the second cropping starts from July to October. 2012, we crop 50 hectares, which is 125 acres. Our total yield record on that year was 4,375 mini bags, which is 2,187.5 maxi bags. On 2013, we cropped 60 hectares, which is 150 acres. Also, our total yield record of that year was 5,250 mini bags, which is 2,625 maxi bags, which is the record we received on 2013. Approximately, it's about 9,525 mini bags a year.
However, the year 2010 was a dark hour for farmers on this site.
2010, we did a dike, that is a wall around the river, so that the river will not flood into our farms. And that dike got broken. That is 2010.
So you know about no plot, and maybe pray, Mama was so young, so still, and so I'm a plot in the level.
So we have to advocate the people, invited stakeholders, they met, and then 2011 they brought the money. In fact, they brought the money really, and the contractor did it very well.
It is in the pursuit of avoiding the occurrence of such disaster that the release of the 1,354,000 Ghana cedis from the oil revenues was triggered.
Anytime the water comes, all this place will be flooded. Because the dam was broken, so it will flood into our farms, which rendered us helpless, because there was nothing we can do. We plant the rice, water will come and take it. So we decided to come and rehabilitate the dike. It's about 1.5 kilometers long. So what you are seeing here is the dike for the spillway. The water, when it comes, it flooded, it will spill that way. The whole thing was broken. If we didn't make the dike there, the whole thing will broke, the dam will broke again. the dike will go again. So by doing this, to enable the water to pass through so that it will not overflow the bank. That is.
But are you aware this project was funded by the oil money?
Yes, we went to workshop and we were shown that it is the oil money that did this place, the work here. Because it has not been the oil. Maybe we don't know where we would have got the money to do it. So we had, our share of the oil money.
But the commitment of the then Mills' administration to produce 20,000 metric tons of highest grade quality rice in Ghana by 2012 and to close up the 70% local rice production deficit was not going to be achieved despite the release of the over 1 million Ghana cedis from the oil revenues. Again, the hope of ending the consumption of imported rice, which takes some $450 million annually from the country's coffers, was also not going to be guaranteed. The reason?
Since 2010, I had broken. We couldn't crop 2011. 2012 was completed, and we cropped 2013. By 2014, we should have cropped. But because of the level of water in the reservoir is low, we couldn't. So we depend on those can pump water from the river into the plot. Because since the pumps are not repaired, we have no alternative than to wait for the next rains.
This pumping station, responsible to pump water from River Ayensu in times of shortfalls in expected rainfall, got broken during the floods it took over rice farms in 2010. But as funds were released from the oil revenues to repair the broken dikes, no repair works were carried on the pumping station. It's been rendered useless for nearly 5 years. But did we miss anything in this period apart from taking the over 100 rice farmers out of business?
The whole year we expected to get about 9,000 bags. At 9,000 bags, we didn't produce it in 2014 because of that side effect.
What is more heartbreaking is that in the event our production is less, Ghanaians will have to continue to eat the relatively unwholesome imported rice kept in destination stores for over 10 years before imported for sale on the Ghanaian markets.
You see, the rice that we are producing is you harvest today, in the next 3 days you start eating. But in the foreign rice, no importer or no imported rice will come to Ghana less than 10 years. For an example, let's say tomatoes. Tomatoes, you buy a sachet, you see the label, tomatoes is 28%. The rest 72 is what? It's chemicals. So when we are talking about import rice and vegetables that we are eating, sometimes it is not the real thing that we are eating. Somebody will bring the rice not less than 10 years. It means 10 years and above. And some will even spray inside their warehouse before they bring it. What I'm saying is somebody who said, denied it, he can come out and explain. And it is a fact.
Away from the broken pumping station, and there lies another trouble. This trouble questions our definition for sustainable development. It exposes our lack of commitment and the ad hoc attitude towards problem solving. The intent of allocating the over 1 million oil revenues into this area was to boost local rice production. But even when the farmers were ready, they had to wait because the over 1 million Ghana cedis released was far from solving the agricultural troubles on this field.
Fertilizer. Input I had by Edgman, let the no qua or here pa, since I yenny fascinating towards the inputs bar, may to me the Edgman. Nanda the yenny one famba and see, I'm Edgman salmon or here. Yea, Edgman, what I you wish to inputs, not the Edgman. Into me, into Cecilia, door here pa. Inputs I had by Edgman. And the uncle what here, you are inputs. Na machine. Power tiller yet the bodo. No so ha he pa yenyi bi. Power tillers yenyi bi.
No, I can't. For last night, I'm not high. So, last crop nine, Baha, the woman, yeah, a dream from Wooden. I have a sa. Yes, can go to you. See, young one, Yabasa. Now, if you put Obina the Cacraban, may the Uguma, Bohun. And see, for last night, I'm no high, and a power tiller. Yeah, you hear a few no. And see, one way. May free if I know if a
Securing farm inputs was captured when the Auditor General's report of 2009 made observations of the problem at the same site and recommended solutions to remedy it. Even though, among other things, the 2013 Auditor General's report again concluded that those recommendations of 2009 were implemented, the problem still persisted.
The issues that are affecting us is supply of input. Sometimes we were supplied with input fertilizer 2013. By this year, we received 9. And people have to go and buy their fertilizer or input from other dealers.
If the over 1 million Ghana cedis was going to be insignificant in addressing the production challenges of the farmers, what was our business at all in sending the fund? What did we stand to lose if we were to do a holistic study of the needs of local rice production on this site and elsewhere and channeled the needed funds to? That could have saved us the $450 million spent annually on importing 10 years in stock rice for Ghanaians. It is worth mentioning that spreading thinly only goes to waste time and weakens commitment at finding lasting solutions to problems. Mr. Moak, again, has a solution worth considering if we are to immortalize what we do with our oil revenues in the agricultural sector, specifically local rice production.
What I'm saying is that if the government is able to supply us a fertilizer, say about 200 bags, we will sell it to farmers, and that money should remain within the cooperative, so that next year we are going to use that money to purchase another fertilizer to supply to that means the revenue fund to continuously go in with the farmers. We are prepared to see to it that it is used judiciously to help. Everybody wants to help its farmers, and so if that comes, I think it will be welcome.